You know, and I know, and they know, and we know, we go all in. You know, and I know, and they know, 'cause we know, we go all in.
That was weird on my end. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest edition of What You Missing. It's your boy K Dizzle DC, and to my right is the boy Have Streams. You are now listening to the All Dressed Up podcast for episode 70 Fizzle. What up, Have?
Hey man, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Hef Streams, man. Shout out to UK Dizzle.
Hold on, my audio. Wowing.
Yeah, it sounds a little funny on
Go
my
ahead,
side,
man.
but
Go ahead.
you sound better now.
Go ahead, man.
But look, man, we rolling it out, man. We live. You guys
Go ahead.
know how it is. So if you're coming in, we're gonna walk out slow because even though I'm hearing my echo, it's the 75th episode of the All Dressed Up podcast, man. I feel so good that we've skated our way to 75 episodes of the All Dressed Up podcast. K Dizzle and myself, and you guys have been doing this Sundays each and every night at 9 o'clock. And we're gonna keep it going, man. We got big things planned for 2023. Hopefully, we can get the audio together.
No, my audio straight. I just couldn't hear you, pimp.
I can
couldn't
definitely
hear you.
I can definitely hear my echo, but we're gonna see.
Okay. Mama Hef is in the building
What's up?
already.
But nah, but
Mama Hef, what's up?
if you don't know, definitely come on over to the YouTube channel. It's the All Dressed Up podcast on YouTube. And join live. We're gonna talk about a lot of fun stuff. It's a lot to talk about tonight, K Dizzle. And look at what my man K Dizzle DC's rocking.
Oh, you like
tonight.
that? You like that?
If you
like that?
didn't notice it, that fitted that's nice, bro.
You like that? You like that?
What's that? Where you
I'm
get that from?
I'm
That's
Kirk
that high
Cousins
shit.
Kirk
Oh,
Cousins. You like that?
You like that?
M4apparel.com. M4apparel.com. Go see that. Go get that merch. We getting there. What's up, Nanny's in the building. We getting there.
Man.
The website is in process. We're gonna launch probably April 1st. I'm giving a little more than what we should. 410's in the house. Appreciate you, my guy. But look,
Yo, what it do for 410, man? Follow us on Instagram, man. The Instagram channel's cranking. And we getting a lot of interaction, a lot of traction over there, a lot of funny topics that we're going to talk about tonight. And like I said, K Dizzle, man, it's episode 75. What's good?
Hey, no, what's good with you? We need to talk first of all and get straight up about your Brooklyn experience.
Yes.
I know you went to go see your LA Lakers, right? I know you was all hyped about it. I'm excited for you. Great trip. Shout out to the Mrs. Man. She put that together. Talk about it.
What up, Jermaine? Shout out to Jermaine, man. Episode 75. But look, man, so me and my baby Shanae, we were blessed to go to Brooklyn. Took the fast train out there. Beautiful city. Brooklyn showed us a lot of love. We were definitely tuned in, ready to go. We actually had some lunch. We were watching the Eagles playoff game. And
of course,
yes, the Eagles Niners debacle. So we watching the game. And I get a text message while we're in Brooklyn. We got these tickets a long time ago, and I was thinking, not to like be a Bama and jinx myself and shit, but I was like, babe, like I just hope at least LeBron plays. Like I knew AD was hurt. I knew AD's always hurt. I knew KD was hurt, but I was like, man, just give us LeBron. I want to see my man before he really falls off his prime. We did have Junior. Shout out to Juniors in Brooklyn, man. The cheesecake was slamming.
Juniors is awesome.
So I see why Puffy made those fools walk to get that cheesecake. But but I get the text right from my boy. We at the sports bar in Dumbo watching the Eagles game. And my boy has a picture of LeBron sitting next to AD talking about they're sitting out. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like I felt my like jaw kind of quiver. Like I wanted to cry. I looked at my girl and I was like, and she looked at me and she said, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, "LeBron's not playing." and she was like, "It's gonna be all good." And shout out to Shanae because we had a phenomenal time.
Yeah,
We still got to see Kyrie and Russell Westbrook's crazy asses play ball. It was fun. The city, like I said, was beautiful, man. And it didn't go as planned, but that's life. We roll with the punches, man. And like she said, we'll live to get tickets another day.
that's it. That's it. It's all about the experience. Whether the person you want to see is there or not, you still have fun. You made the most of it. So shout
We
out to the
did.
trip. Shout out to the experience. Shout out to memories that last forever. But
Love you,
look, man,
Shanae. Love you, Shanae.
they love you, boo, love you. Hey, so um, the topic of the episode tonight. We're gonna roll with this. What is the right
I like it.
way to open a door? Okay, so she didn't enjoy all the walking. That's New York. So,
The
um,
the bunions was screaming.
what's the right way to open the door? To open the door. We're gonna get into that, dive deeper. I'm gonna need a lot of help from you, single men and women out there still running these streets,
Put the
or
number up
just
now,
out there.
K Dizzle. Put the
Okay,
number
okay.
up
Let me
now.
put it up now. Eight
Cause
five
we gonna
seven
kick
one
the
seven
door.
five
You
seven.
say
Join the
you say
conversation.
how do you open? What's the right way to
What's the
open a
right way
door?
to open the door?
Some people kick it open like Sparta.
Some a and when the people do that. All right, we're not gonna go there. We're not
All
gonna
right.
go there.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Shout out to the Grammys that's on tonight. I completely forgot about
We
that.
always
We didn't
run
even
with
think about that.
with the biggest shows, but it's the All
With the big
Dressed Up
dogs, we don't
podcast,
care.
man.
And nowhere to you. No, you can't use the bathroom nowhere in New York unless you're buying something. That's just how they roll. But let's talk about the hot take that's been
Which
uh,
one?
running the internet is apparently Beyonce has requested an FHA loan down payment to go see her live. For her Renaissance store, she's requesting 3.5% of the mortgage of the house value for you to get some tickets to her shows. Right? I think the nosebleeds, no, not the nosebleed seats, but the line to get to the stadium is $1,000.
What's this? The last
I
one?
said, no, I don't know. It's just what it is. I've seen upward prices of 20,000. What's up, Eric? I've seen $20,000 for tickets, $5,000 for tickets,
Is
$1,800
she is
for
she about
tickets.
is she about to break
Um,
Kareem's scoring record?
she's trying to break Michael's touring record. That's what she's trying to do
Okay.
out
Okay.
here. But yeah,
Okay.
Beyonce is asking hella dough for it. Anybody look it up and see how much those tickets really are? I
Did
think
you
all
hear?
the seats say call for price. Now, if they say call for price,
Mm,
they all say call for price.
she's selling her tickets like used cars.
Bro, she's selling them. I told you she's selling them like apartment buildings. They triplexes out here. You got you got
Oh
to
my
put that three and a half
god!
percent.
What?
You know,
Did you hear about her show in Dubai?
I heard about it. Didn't she get paid like 50 million or something to do that?
Nah, I heard she got paid around 24 million. Look, shout out to SZA at the Grammys right now presenting an award.
Mhm.
She looks phenomenal. But yeah, and I heard she got offered 24 million. And the interesting story behind that is obviously her last biggest album and songs really were pro LGBTQ plus. And allegedly Dubai is not really a big pro LGBTQ plus territory
Right,
from what I was told and from what I heard. I might be wrong,
right.
but basically a lot of people, like, I won't say gave her backlash because the Beehive is super strong, but they
Oh,
were kind of feeling like, damn, B, like you went over there and did a $24 million show. But AK Dills, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had to catch a flight and go do an hour and a half of whatever we do for 24
hmm
million, I'm gone today.
he,
So shout out to Beyonce.
he left before you hung up the phone. Now hold on, let me pull this
What?
up. So this is FedEx Field, right? Let me share this.
Oh,
Let me
she's
share
coming
this
to
here.
FedEx?
She's coming to FedEx, man.
Oh,
She's
we're
coming to
there.
FedEx Field.
We're there,
We're
K Dizzle.
there. Okay, hold on.
Absolutely.
Let's look at these figures and make
The
sure.
All Dressed Up
So they're
podcast will
not
be in the building.
okay. Half of the all dressed up podcast be in the building. This part ain't gonna be there. So
Put our
y'all see
cash
these
app up.
prices, right? Put the cash app up.
Yep.
All right. So right now the nosebleed seat, standing room only is $800 a rep.
Oh
Okay,
my
that's up
God.
here. That's up. That's up here by the lights, by the northern lights, right?
Why is she doing that to us?
This is 35. The winds up here are 75 miles an hour. Okay, and the
Oh my
railing don't work that good up there. So Standing room only is
FedEx Field
840 a
falls
rip.
apart up there.
840 a rip. So if we want to dive deeper, I don't even know if they okay.
You
Tickets
got to
from
get
two
Affleck
grand.
with your tickets up there.
Tickets from 2 grand. You gotta get life insurance policy. So down on the floor is 2,872. Okay. Hold on. Maybe I zoomed in too hard. Oh, front row VIP is 9 grand.
Jesus.
Front row VIP is 9 grand. That's here.
Is this her last
That's
like
here.
tour?
8,200 each.
Somebody tell me.
I don't know.
Can you like
Two grand a rip.
These tickets are gonna be financed for 60 months.
So they got they got monthly payments with Affirm. but
You got a car note
you,
to go
you need
see
a personal loan to
Beyonce.
go see Beyonce.
You now have a car note.
You got a personal loan to go see
You
Beyonce.
have a Honda Civic car note.
She on her Taylor Swift, 100%.
Shout
She
out to
want all the
Cash
world.
Bandicoot, man. What's good, Cash Bandicoot? That's my guy right there, bro.
You know. So apparently, to go really see, if you want to go to a nice place, you want to go to a nice place to see Beyonce. It might cost you a used Honda Civic. So just be on the lookout. A late model
Like a
2018
2018 with like 50,000
with the
miles
56,000 miles on it. Yeah, you got a
with the
Honda Civic.
lifetime engine guarantee, 350 a month, but gap.
Yeah, with road hazard warranty. Look, but
Mm.
no, exactly? It's Judgment Day coming. I don't know what it is, but
Sheesh.
I won't call it fleecing. I will call it knowing your worth, and apparently her worth is what's those who can afford that worth.
You won't call it fleecing. You'll
I won't
call
call
it.
it fleecing.
You are a hell
You
of a
know,
politician, Kate.
I won't call it
I
fleecing.
love the hat though. I love the hat.
I just know it's knowing your worth at that point. I ain't even mad at you. I just won't be there. We'll be there in spirit. We'll wait for it to come out on Netflix or Amazon Prime or something. So shout out to Beyonce for making that. Who gonna be there? Who going to see Beyonce in the chat?
I'm not paying for it. So look, we're gonna roll on, right? So if you know me, I might, talk about you when I get in my zone and go down a rabbit hole about conspiracy theories and shit, right? So
Oh
a
man.
couple of days ago, we had some reports on social media of a big balloon in the sky that was about 60,000 feet up that was floating over U.S. Air territory, and allegedly Joe Biden called us to shoot the balloon down because it was a China spy balloon. And I just want to just throw it out to the chat. Do you guys believe that there was a Chinese spy balloon floating above the United States at 60,000 feet that we shot down? Or do you guys think that we just saw something that we put out there that shouldn't have been put out there? I think it was very interesting. What say you, K Dustin?
No, see, my first question was saying, okay, how do we know it's Chinese? But then somebody told me, you know what, the government knows a lot about everything that's going on. Okay, I get it. And then they shot it down. Okay, it's understandable. They should have shot it down when they first saw it.
How did they know? How did they know the balloon was Chinese,
Now,
K Dustin?
the federal government knows a lot. Now, as soon as start getting criticism for this Chinese balloon that somehow the media caught on to, that's been spying over us, the Pentagon put out a memo saying that this happened 3 times before under the previous administration. So we ain't getting into politics, but we didn't get anything about it in the news. Nobody caught it in the air, and nobody knew it was Chinese then, and we did nothing about it. So, look, all my conspiracy theorists are going wild. Same way they're going wild with the NFL being scripted. Um,
Did you get
I
your
just
NFL script?
I got my NFL script.
We'll talk about it.
Apparently via Twitter, the Philadelphia Eagles are winning the Super Bowl 37-34. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't believe half this nonsense. All I know is
Law back into your FanDuel now. 30. What'd you say? What'd you say? 37-34? Play the over. Play
play
the
the over.
over. K Dizzle
Play the
says
over.
play the over and let it ride.
But no, look, man. I get so tired of news and politics that it's just tiresome. Exactly.
They
Look,
said the Chinese verified allegedly that it was a balloon that just happened to, just float over, over the US. And the way we acted was like, some bullshit. We overreacted. We shouldn't have shot their shit. and now they're looking at us like, anything that we do is pretty much like, I guess, like a gauge of war. So whatever, man. We'll see how it goes. I thought this shit was interesting, but like each and every day, I see some different shit on the internet. So if you believe it was a Chinese balloon or whatever you want to call it, believe what you want.
Saying Ecuador got balloons too. Go ahead, go ahead, man. Go
Hey
ahead.
man,
No.
so we're gonna go ahead and roll to the story of the day. My story kind of changed. We prepped for the show, and I was like, I'm gonna ask K Dizzle about my man Kyrie, right? I was like, Kyrie Irving, stop the violence, Arizona says, but shoot your gun off. Cash Bandicoot says, shouldn't have let him
Shouldn't have let him
slide the
slide the
first
first
time.
time.
They
It's
ain't
a
let
whole
him
different
slide.
administration. Whole
Uh,
different administration.
Joe Biden pulled up in Hagerstown with the aviator shades on, like, yeah, we shot that shit down. We ain't playing with y'all. We shot that shit. We shot that shit down. So, so, so we talking about my main man, the guy I did get to see play live and in person. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, don't play with your boy Kyrie Irving. He's still very serious. He's still one of the best ball handling point guard shooting guards in the NBA. One of the
Oh
best
man.
finishers in the paint in the NBA. I don't care how weird this motherfucker be acting. But look, I was gonna ask you, K Dizzle, what do you think about him wanting to get traded, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he did get traded.
Mm.
If you didn't touch your phone and you didn't find out, and I can't believe Brooklyn did it to him. They traded him to Dallas with
Yeah.
Luka Doncic, and look at the ticker: Kyrie Irving plus Luka Doncic equals ring question mark. I'm gonna pass it to you, K.
They just need a big man. They need another big man in Dallas,
Stop
and
it.
then it'll be complete. Then the cipher
S-
be complete.
Stop it.
That's what I'm going with. They just
They're
need a
not
big man.
gonna be able to guard a crosswalk. They're not gonna be able to guard a crosswalk, bro. I'm telling you, they don't have nobody. When you look at all these teams that have a chance to win the finals, they have
Where are
perennial
they right now?
threats. Who?
Golden State. Well, Golden State got shooters,
Look,
so I
man.
can't even. I
I'm
can't even hold
talking.
that.
I'm talking
Golden
about
State.
every team you look at, K Dizzle. Not even before you go
They
to
said
the
Golden State got shoot. Golden State did it without
right,
big man.
right. Before you, nah, man. Before you go to the Eastern Conference, look at the West. You got Jokic in the West in Denver with Jamal
Mm-hmm.
Murray. With Jamal Murray, you got Dame Lillard. You know what I'm saying, over there with his crew. Then you talk about the Lakers. You got Golden State. You got Memphis with their squad. And then you got who else am I leaving out right now? I'm trying to think. But my biggest point is that who are they gonna defend, man? You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is who is Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic gonna guard? The Clippers. That's what I was talking about.
They
Kawhi
can't even.
Leonard, Kawhi Leonard and PG, they're not gonna be able to guard those dudes, man.
Is JaVale McGee hurt?
No, but he's JaVale McGee.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't know. The Clippers got their own issues with John Wall, so I think it's a. I think they playing with KD's legacy for real. For real, he just need to come home to the Wizards.
I
Stop
agree.
letting them play with their legacy. Show the Wizards how to finish. I was at the Trailblazers game with Lillard. We were up by 20 going into the second half and lost that game. And
That's
that's
terrible.
always the case with the Washington Wizards.
Did you stay to the end?
I stayed to the end. I saw Ja Rule, but I didn't stay to watch him perform.
Oh, you were there with one of John
I was
Rule's
there with
little performances.
it was Ja Rule and Rick Ross, right?
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
it was Ja
Why
Rule
you
and Rick
ain't Why
Ross.
you ain't tell me you went there?
That was low key, last minute thing, last minute thing.
Damn, bro,
So,
you was
yeah,
living
Wizards
it
should
up.
have won. Yeah, Wizards should have won. The sound was terrible. But look, I just don't think I don't think KD is going to do anything in Brooklyn. Who's left in Brooklyn? Ben
Well,
Simmons.
what? Yeah,
Yeah, stop.
When I saw KD live in Brooklyn, he was wearing all black and he was looking real sad on the sideline. He was looking like he knew something was coming, and it did. He's back
Yeah,
over there. They sent Brooklyn Dinwiddie and the other dudes. Nothing to talk about. At the end of the day, I hope Kyrie can figure it out. I'm not gonna put money on Dallas. I hate to see people jump on him now, but we'll see how it plays out, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. Is this what it was?
What? Yeah, you know. Think
That like
about
this?
think about moving your whole house to the other side of the country, and first James Harden rolls out, right,
Uh
and then
huh.
Kyrie Irving rolls
No.
out and leaves them with Ben Simmons crazy ass.
Yeah, Ben Simmons, man. Ben
So
Simmons.
like K Dizzle said, man,
It's the ultimate grifter, Ben
Kevin
Simmons.
Durant
Hey,
slide back
come on,
down
slide down
to
the city. Come do this. Come back home. Finish your career out. Help the Wizards
do it,
learn how
bro.
to finish. They got a team. They just don't know how to finish games, and it's been like that for the past 4 years. 4 years now.
Who?
So
What?
I
What?
can't even.
What are you talking about?
It's been like 4 years where the
For
Wizards
who?
cannot finish games.
Man, it's been 44 years, man.
I'm just being nice. Just let me be nice. All right,
So
let's
look,
move.
so look, so
Go ahead. Go ahead.
NFL Pro Bowl games were on a day. It's a whole different format, flag football and shit. I was shocked that people lined up and sat in that stadium for all those events. But if you liked it, it was cool. I'm glad I could watch it from the comfort of my home and just go through my day and just check out the kickers kicking little blocks on the walls and shit. And the players playing flag football. And Peyton Manning was coaching that shit like it was a Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah, he was.
shout out to Peyton Manning. Like, if you want to make anybody believe in a product involving football, make sure you got Peyton Manning because the way I saw him coaching that flag football game, I believe that shit was serious. But again, it was flag football. It's been like that since Rod Strickland. No,
Oh, God.
since Chris Webber and Jawan
Since
Howard and
Chris Webber and Agent Zero left. Um,
But yeah. So what you think about the Pro Bowl games, man? I'm not gonna take too much time on it.
uh, it was a different format. It's just something we got to get used to. It wasn't anything. Yeah, they had a dodgeball game Friday night. So weird. I watched
Excuse
the
me.
dodgeball game. Saquon Barkley got smacked in the face by Demario Davis with,
Yeah,
with
he
a
didn't he
dodgeball.
didn't he didn't look too coordinated in
He didn't,
dodgeball.
he didn't look too happy about that one, but
No.
um,
He's
it's just
been
a
running
different format.
halfback draws. He needs to stick to
I
halfback
just think
draws.
they threw a lot of games at us to try to see what sticks, see what got the most ratings, so they'll figure out what they do next year. I
These
think it's
guys are
better. It's better for the players so they don't get into a complete physical game where they can get hurt
these
for
guys
the
are
next
jumping
season.
off of trampolines, catching footballs. This shit was absurd. But it's a good time to play it. It's February 5th. Nothing else
I
is
mean,
on
it's
TV.
it's the same thing. It's same thing without the contact football. It's all the other extra drills without the contact football. So
And then the other part about it that's funny is the teams that are in the Super Bowl, those players can't play in these games.
correct, correct,
So when you
correct.
see these other reserve players, because the other players who aren't in the Super Bowl who said fuck this shit that didn't show up, you start seeing like Huntley from the Ravens playing quarterback. I'm like, what in the hell? Am I watching
Yeah,
the
I'm good.
Zeus? Am I watching the Zeus network?
I'm good. You know,
I
I'm
thought I
good.
was watching NFL on Tubi.
Scout team. Oh, Tubi, you cold blooded. Cold blooded.
So
Tubi
yeah,
is
so
a
that's
dick.
the NFL Pro. We can keep it rolling, man. So the Super Bowl is gonna be next week. We're gonna have a big Super Bowl show next week. But what you feel, man? I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk your shit. Your
What do you
Eagles
mean?
are flying high. Talk about your Super Bowl Eagles, man. The Super Bowl bound Philadelphia Eagles.
Nothing to talk about. I mean, it's a W. I can't. There's no other way for me to think
What?
or imagine that. It's just what it is. It's life over here. Tubi is taking over. I
What?
ain't even gonna hold you. They taking over. It's gonna be a W. I think it's gonna be more physical than most people think. It's not gonna be a barn burner.
What the
Um,
fuck is going
yeah,
on tonight? He
10
said
points
Tubi is
plus 10.
taking over. Taking
Tubi's
over
taking over.
what? Taking over what?
Tubi's taking over television right now.
And you're talking about the Eagles are gonna win like it's no question.
It's no question. It's no question. It won't
Wow.
be the same as the San Fran Philly game, but it'll be similar to that. It's gonna be dominant on one side.
Wow.
It's gonna be
That's
dominant on one side.
that's unbelievable. Bro. I'm surprised you feel that way.
Okay. I'm surprised you do. I would be surprised if I was an Eagle fan and didn't feel that way. Let me put the phone number up because we're gonna dig in a little bit. But who you got in the chat? Chat, who you got? Chiefs or Eagles? And make some put some
Man,
numbers up.
man,
What's the score?
somebody
Three zero
text
one
in
eight
and
five seven 1757.
somebody
301
text in
857 1757.
and talk to K Dizzle DC tonight because
It's nothing to talk about.
it's been a while. He needs to understand that there is going to be a game played. The Eagles aren't going to show up and just get the trophy, man. It's not going to be that easy, bro. Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts are the first two black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl in NFL history, man. So I'm thrilled for this Super Bowl. I think it's going to be great. I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL because he keeps that Chiefs team rocking and rolling no matter who they got lining up with
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have the next like 5 or 6 years basically dominating the NFC. My
Yep.
prediction is the Chiefs are going to beat the Eagles
Wow.
28-24.
Okay, so I gotta ask how much you had
Chiefs.
to drink today.
Oh, remember,
I gotta ask how much. How much? I don't know. I don't know what gigs. As he continues to take a swig, oh, I haven't had anything.
as I roll my
And
J.
as
As
you
I
roll
roll
your
my J.
J.
So you said what, 37, 34?
No, I said like 28, 28,
You can't take
17.
my score. Come
28,
on.
17. It's gonna be about 10.
Oh no,
You look at it, look at the chat. It's gonna be about 10.
you're way off, bro.
Okay. All right.
28 to 17.
28, 17.
28 to 17.
28, 17. That's all I got. So look,
Wow.
I want to go a couple different ways with this, right?
Let's do it.
I want to go a couple different ways with this. We're gonna get into our deep dive right now. We're getting in super early. I don't care, but we need some help with a lot of you out there. That's why I put the phone number up there: 301-857-1757. Because we can only speak from outside experiences and also from
Yeah.
friends' experiences who are still in this. Because the question is, well, there's two questions tonight, which is crazy. Why did you do this? You send these topics and we go into it. Two questions tonight. Um, I'm gonna read it right off the notes we have. Is the traditional way? All right, y'all paying attention? We talking serious now. We don't pass that. While he rolls his paraphernalia. Is the traditional way to spit game different now than it used to be? Okay.
Oh, that's a good question.
No, we're not asking. No, that's not happening. It's not happening here. Okay. Um, not happening here. This ain't the platform for that.
this is not the platform for that.
This isn't the
Episode
platform for that.
75. Arizona, don't disrespect K doesn't like that.
Is a traditional way to spit game different now than what it used to be? So shooting your shot in 2023,
Okay.
right and wrong ways to do it. Okay. That's straight disrespect, bro. Is it different now? Is it different in both ways, in both how you give it and how you receive it? Because I need to know, like
I need y'all to text in, man, because I haven't shot a shot in a long time.
what you talking about,
And
Bill?
look at Cardi B. Cardi B right now is presenting
So,
on the Grammys looking like a chandelier.
oh, see, that's what she do. So look, yeah, oof.
I've heard about the battle in the field though. That's what we're gonna talk about, and I'm hoping
we're gonna
I'm
we're gonna
hoping
talk about
people text
Battlefield.
us so they can tell us about their points of views because how are people shooting their shot now? Because a lot of my friends and a lot of my baby Shanae's friends are single, so
Hmm.
let's not fake. People still out here trying to date, still trying to holler. What are y'all doing now in 2023 to shoot y'all shot? Talk to us.
Because see, here's what I've been hearing, right? Oh, on both sides. One, I've heard that it's difficult. Kendrick just like hey, y'all stupid. It's hard to shoot their shot because a lot of the women are somewhat jaded or not open or receptive to simple conversation.
Okay.
Now, ladies, answer that question for me. Is that a true statement from a man that women are not open? Let me put that into women are not open to simple conversations when you're talking about Harlem shooting your shot 2023?
So you're saying women aren't open to what?
Just a simple conversations. Like
Women
if you're
women aren't open to simple conversations?
yes, to simple opening conversations. If a man walk up and says, "Excuse me," um,
Like small talk.
like small talk, they aren't open to small talk. So man walks up, says, "Excuse me," they're immediately on guard. Immediately on guard. And so, go,
Do you
what you
think it used to be different back in the day with that type of approach? Just like walking up to some like female or young lady at the grocery store and you approach her with just like getting to know her type small talk. Do you think that's not as common now?
do I think it's not as common?
Yeah, because
I have
I know back in the day, you had to get a girl's number because obviously we didn't have an IG, we didn't have a
right,
Facebook,
right, right.
we didn't have a handle, so you had to at least get a girl's number for any type of communication
Hmm.
to go, and that was like the biggest thing. Like growing up, when you were a young guy and you talking to your boys, it's like, how do you get the number?
Right.
Right.
That's
So
everything.
so my question is now in 2023, what do you go for? Because it was so simple. It was so right. It's a funny question because back then it was so simple for us. It was like I got the number.
Hmm.
I'm a marry her. You know what I'm saying? When you had that crush on that girl, you wanted so much, and like you got her phone number, and like all of a sudden now it's like, what do you do? Where do you go? So that's what we talking about. Erica
So
says it depends because sometimes women are so used to hearing certain things, so they're not impressed. Like "Good Morning Beautiful" is played out because they send it to everybody. But maybe what if you're the female that's not getting the "Good Morning Beautiful"?
mm, let me just put this disclaimer out. If anybody sends you in any message whatsoever, Grand Rising, delete them from your friend's account. Okay? Anything with Grand Rising in it, delete them from your friend's account. He go Ron said, what the F they want? An introduction with a marriage proposal? You know what, Ron? You know what? I can only look, I can only imagine, right? As because okay, I'm trying to because I have no game. I have no. I don't think that I have like game.
No,
Yeah, Grand Rising. I knew
you're
that you said
retired. You're retired from the
I'm
game,
way beyond retired.
right?
Beyond retired, and um, I can't. I just can't even see like even when I open up a door for a woman, there's like a there's some depending on what's there's some disdain.
that's a
You see all the memes,
that's
right?
funny as
You know,
shit.
but so I couldn't imagine what it is, for somebody nowadays to just
Arizona
shoot their
is
shot on a
funny
lady.
as shit. Arizona says you can't call a girl "Good Morning Beautiful" these days. You'll get further with "Good Morning Ugly." Do the young ladies and women like to get right to it? Erica McCoy says she still loves chivalry, but that's what we're talking about. So back in the day, it was all about getting a number, and it
Right.
was about how can I get that beautiful girl and that class's phone number so I can just get her on the phone away from everybody else and assert myself and let her know what I'm about. That's how it was back in the 90s, right? But now you got so many different ways to do it. You got ways to do it to where you don't even have to see that person in person to do it. You don't have to show the chivalry. Arizona said women kill chivalry.
Wow.
All women not even want the doors open and the chairs pulled out
Wow.
and the jacket over the rain puddle? Like
Wow.
New Edition used to sing about. So come on, man, talk about what y'all doing to shoot y'all shot, single ladies and single fellas in 2023. Arizona, what are you doing, bro? How do you holler at the next girl you want to talk to? What you doing out here?
That's a bold statement. It's a loaded statement. Um, they don't even like to be called. See, this is what I'm
Hey
talking about,
miss,
right?
hey miss, hey miss, hey miss.
So,
You ain't talking to
so,
me. I ain't your miss.
that's what I'm saying. Is there too much of a wall put up for for the regular guy to try to start small talk with a woman, or make it, which makes it harder for the man to try to be open and honest and try to. I guess what are we doing right now? Are we getting numbers? Are we exchanging IGs or what is it? When you call me Miss, it sounds like you're begging for change.
Okay, does a real quick.
So
Are we living up on YouTube? Because I see
yeah,
Facebook all through the chat.
yeah. We're live on YouTube because I've been watching the whole time. When you call me Miss, it sounds like you're begging for change. It sounds like you got a cup and you're jiggling. Okay,
Hey
it's like
Shanae,
toasting your
I'm
cat.
gonna tell you right now, Shanae. If anybody
No.
call you miss, you better keep it moving. Anyway, Shanae, you better stop playing. Talking
No,
about they
no,
begging for
no.
change. They gonna beg for an ass whooping, calling my baby miss.
Dead. Oh, there it is. Went smack at her. Now, how did you go smack at her? You just completely say, "Hey,
Yeah, I want to hear about that. What's
I
going
want
smack?
you." I mean, I
What's
guess
what's
that's the
what's
question.
going smack in 2023? Y'all bullshitting me, man. Y'all lucky that I'm over here all in love and married with Shanae Wilborn in my chat because I want to know how y'all shooting y'all shot. Erica, how you shooting your shot in 2023? I want to hear from a woman's perspective too. Text
Oh my
in, don't
gosh.
be scared, talk to us because I know if you see that guy you like, if he's looking good, he's handling his business, he's doing good in the community. Every time you see him, you like,
Coaching AAU.
I know he ain't married.
Yeah.
I know he's not married. So,
Oh, stop.
let me go ahead and slide and see what's good with him. How does that woman shoot her shot in 2023?
How does a man shoot a shot?
Either way,
Because
I ain't shot my shot in a minute. I'm like Ben Simmons. I don't shoot shots.
bro,
But
I don't even remember.
if I could say, how we would
Wait a
shoot
minute.
shots, man, you got the IG side. Arizona says, I said I want you, and
And I like
I likes you. We gonna do this the easy way or the hard way. Shout out to Boondocks. But nah, but you can go smack like Arizona says, but not everybody has that courage to go smack Arizona. So with all these new ways to communicate, are you IG DM sliding? It's all good if you are. Are you Snapchat picture sending? Are you Facebook DMing? Or what are you doing? Because there's so many ways now to shoot your shot. And is it a way that if that shot gets shot in that way, do you lose respect? Is it they hollered at me on Instagram? Or is it cool in today's age? That's the question that I was kind of asking.
so we already heard excuse me, miss. Ain't there. If you call a woman miss. Yeah, if you repeat yourself on a consistent basis, you are begging change. People be overthinking their way out of having confidence. I can wholeheartedly agree with that.
But all these ways to communicate have taken away the necessary ability to have to go smack Arizona. Everybody don't have to go smack now like you, or when they do go smack, it can be through a DM. They don't even have to be there and experience the rejection face to face because I went smack in the DM. The same way I would have gone smack like Arizona said to her face and said what he had to say to get his girl. But some people take that move in an email or a text or a DM, and I don't know if it's the same effect, but sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
I think you, based on the climate that we live in right now, I think you would just have to go hard in the paint. That's you just have to go hard
I
in the
mean,
paint.
of course, everybody's
And
going
just
hard, probably.
yeah, you just gotta go hard in the paint. Stop trying to build with prostitutes adjacent. Adjacent, I need the bag chicks. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there.
Oh
Um,
man, that's a whole different
a lot of that's
topic.
a whole different topic. But I think you just gotta go hard in the paint. You gotta fall flat on your face. And if it gets you closer to the deal, then it gets you closer to the deal. Outside of that, I don't even. There's no way. Like because you wouldn't even. I don't even know if being a gentleman would make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, I just
So
don't
what
even. I
do
don't even
so
have
how
it
do so how do women want to
so
be
bad.
approached? How do women want to be approached now? Shanae, if you didn't have such a handsome man like me, and if you wasn't in love so much with me, how would you want to be approaching that? Because Erica says if I get enough courage, I may just say, "Hey, I want to get to know you."
Why wouldn't you stay true to yourself? You're a real gentleman. Approach a woman like a gentleman. Um,
But you could, but you can't. Can you still approach a woman like a gentleman in a DM?
well, can you still approach a woman like a gentleman in public? You can keep doing that, but if you see you getting the consistent same, if you're getting the consistent thing over and over, and you seeing your man over here who's running through them like like I can't even give a good analogy, you know, running through them like old memes. I can't. What you gonna do? You got to flip the script. You got to figure something out at that point,
Ah,
whether it's good or bad. You
Erica
know,
says some of these men want you to chase them, and some of these women don't.
some of these
Are you
men.
sir, Erica? I always rock with you, but if some of these men want you to chase them, you know a lot of these women definitely want you to chase them. And if you shooting your shot now, and if you a quote unquote bad chick, you getting so many shots taken at you, it's crazy. You gonna get
You
more
gonna be
shots. You gonna
sniffing.
get more shots taken at you than Kobe.
So look, I think because it's such a loaded question, right? Because it really all depends on the woman and it depends on the man. If a man wants you to chase him, um, ain't gonna be too much chasing. I'll be honest with you. With the way that these tight pants are prolific in the culture arena, ain't gonna be too much chasing. They if they're doing that, um, yeah, I don't know. I think the age old adage of try to find someone that loves you more than you love them is the only way to go. Yeah, it'd be mass shootings, and you are 100% right. You are
That's
100%
funny.
right.
That's
So
funny as shit.
I don't know if the DMs effective nowadays.
But it's gotta be though, because I guarantee you the right shot in the DM might get responded to. But that's what I'm saying. Is it still respected to take that shot? Because back in the day, you ain't want to go through your man's like you ain't want to pass the note to your boy to give the note to the girl because then you're gonna not get the same respect like you ain't go rate smack like Arizona said, right?
Hmm.
Remember how you used to like give the note to your friend to give to the girl back in the day? So Arizona says now the DMs be hitting. So I
Yeah.
guess what it is if you get the right DM and if it's sounding right, you ready to go.
Mm,
I wouldn't know.
mm.
I wouldn't know. Oh,
Look at
Erica said,
oh
talk about it.
DMs are ridiculous out here. Oh,
Ridiculous.
my DMs be dry as all get out. The
My
way I
my
like it.
my
It
DMs.
be half. It
Yep,
be half ADU and one other person.
that's the
One
best
other
way to
homie
do
who's
it.
a Giants fan. So look,
High five, K Dizzle.
look. So here's a two-parter, right? Now this can go along with it as well, right? This other question, and I know people who have permanent side pieces, and we'll get into that, right? It ain't spicy like you want. It be married. It be see, it be married dudes in there.
Wow.
It be married dudes in there talking to themselves, which leads right into the question.
Exactly. I knew we was gonna get there, K Dizzle. That's
Right
why you
into
a
the
beast.
question,
That's why
right?
you a beast.
It ain't spicy. It be married dudes in there talking to themselves. So, um, let's get into that. Are you okay with being second place forever side pieces? There are people out here that live their lives as pieces on a permanent basis. Now, let me say this with a clause, right? I know there are people out there who have side pieces, which they have a situation where their significant other is debilitated beyond to the point where they, let's say they're quadriplegic, right? And
Damn.
they're okay. That's something different,
You
right?
took it all the way to
I'm,
that end of the
but I
spectrum.
look, but that is something 100% different. But if there is if there are no issues between a man and woman, and you have uh, only because polygamy is illegal. If you have, I don't do the side piece. Only if you have if you have a relationship and you have a side relationship, right? As the side person, are are you okay with being second place forever?
No, no, sir. No, sir. And I wish we had somebody in the chat that would keep it real because I was talking to some people that I know in that situation, K does.
Okay.
And the whole thing is they tell me every time they get with that side piece, they have a resentment for them because they know they're going back home to their significant other. I'm telling you. And that's what it is. You can get with that person, but say, you both got to go back to your significant other. They still know what you're doing at that moment is not quote unquote real. This is what I've been told.
Hmm.
So I think it's very interesting because it depends on your mentality if you're taking that role. Like if you know that that person that you're dealing with, that you're having sex with, is in a committed relationship, you know that that person, whatever they're doing with you, they're going back home.
Hmm.
So what I want to know is like who's signing up for those type of relationships because they're definitely out there. I be talking to people that send them, but how do you find yourself in those situations now?
Because it's like full time, part time situations. Because what you do is you section yourself off for someone who's already committed to somebody else, if you've committed to
Mm.
just spending time with them. And, you know,
Talk about dividing your emotional, sections up amongst
so
like a couple. That's a lot, bro.
Ron says the side relationship is a big commitment. Some people get no commitments. Oatmeal is better than no meal. so being a side piece, right? There's a fine line. It's a very fine line, and I don't want to. I'm going to muddy the water by saying this. Does the side piece have to have um, a an intimate part to it, or can it just be merely purely platonic, purely friendship based?
Nah, it's definitely got to be an intimacy level there for it to be a full fledged side piece. Because you can definitely say somebody's cheating when it's coming to just a mental connection, but I'm talking about side piece. You're intimate with that person, you and they know that you got to go back home.
Hmm.
It's that Kelly Price song. You
Hmm.
know, um, at the end of the day, you got to go back home.
But can a best friend be a side piece?
Absolutely. But how good can a side piece be a best friend? That's a whole different conversation. You
That's
know what
what.
I'm saying? Like, but my thing is though, bro, it's like how do you get into that predicament? Like, you and I are happily committed, and it's
Right.
like for us to go into a position where we have a side piece, something's got to go around where we would have to cheat and go into a position to have a whole different relationship. And I don't find myself to be in that position, and I'm not judging people who are in that position, but how do you get there right now? Like at some point, like all right, that person is obviously in a committed relationship. So if I
Right.
fuck with them, they're going back home. That's all I'm saying. So
Right.
like if you know that, how do you deal with that? Are you gonna carry it to where look, I'm gonna keep it right there and it's gonna be like it's never gonna interfere with your at home? Or is it gonna be something that's gonna grow into something else? Or I don't know. That's why I was trying to throw it out there because it's something that's real. It's real out here in these streets, and some people are good at it, and some people are better at it than others. But to me, like Arizona says, some side pieces are made by accident.
And so that's what I'm leading into. So you can have a best friend that could just ultimately become a side piece where they become, and it doesn't necessarily have to involve intimacy to label it as a side piece. I'm not sure on that because that person in that committed relationship could just be using that friend or that best friend as an outlet or as a blow off valve
But how
to
long?
remove
But how
themselves
long?
from their situation.
But how long are you gonna actually be okay with being the number two? Like Erica said. Like I know some people would be okay with that, and you might have your best friend who might know your situation, so they cool with being the number two. But
Hmm.
how long is that gonna be able to be sustainable?
It's see, Ross says I can do that. I can do that because my so Here's the concern, because I know I'm digging a deep hole for people right now. Here's the concern I have, right?
Ain't nobody want to text in tonight. It's
Yeah,
cool.
no, it's cool. If your BFF is your BFF and they're always there for you, 110%. But your BFF is never with anybody else but you. Could they be just leaving their putting their life on pause and being your side piece because they feel like they have to,
Well, that's a unique situation.
or they feel like the connection with you is all that they need, even though they know you're committed to somebody else.
Shit, that would be very real, but very rare. I don't think that's a common situation.
You don't think? Well, could it be a common situation unconsciously? Like if you
Mm.
got a friend that you're always talking to, you're always rapping to. Look, that's something different.
Yeah, so
That's
that's
something
what I'm
weird.
that's what I'm saying, Erica. That's how I took it too. K does like that shit. That shit right there to me would probably be like a 1 out of every 10.
One out of every
Because
10.
yeah, because to me it's the other way around. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, all right, look, we probably knew like we cool and shit. Every time we hang out, it's a fun time. So we're friends, right? We're friends and shit, right?
Yeah.
Arizona says not throwing out the handkerchief to be a side joint. But like every time me and this person hang out, we're cool. We have a great time. We're friends, right? But I have a relationship. But
Mm-hmm.
eventually, that good time turns into something a lot more than just a good time. We're friends type situation. Now you become a side piece, and I don't think that was a situation that you planned. But whenever you go that route, you know what you're dealing with. You know what you're headed towards. If you have any type of common sense, you know what that's going to lead to. So a lot of people out here, they might not sign up to be the side piece, but that if you're talking to a person that's in a committed relationship, you can't expect that person to do the number one type things you need
Mm-hmm.
because you're not that person.
Yeah. And see, my BFF shouldn't be putting his life on hold for me. If he's secretly in love with me, he better speak up. But what if he cares and respects you enough that to respect your
He don't
situation?
want to fuck
Look,
the
he don't want to.
friendship
He don't
up.
want to mess the friendship up. We see this all the time in movies, right? We see this all the time in movies, don't we? So it can't be like it's not a
Movies in
one-off
the
thing.
movies in the 80s and
Movies
90s.
in the 80s and 90s. This is what this is rom coms are all about. Most of the
Yep,
side chicks I know ended up like that by accident.
exactly.
100% ended up there like that by accident.
So how do you
So,
get out of that situation? How do you deal with the rejection?
mm, how do you just? Is it
How do
a
you how do you deal with the rejection, K? Does
well?
when at
Just
when at that point, like, look, I gotta go home. This can't continue. It's over. Like, we can't keep doing this anymore.
well, that's I guess that's part of the reason why they're okay with being second. Is it a self-esteem thing? But do you think
I
he would
want to
truly
know,
be my
K.
best friend? Could he truly be your best friend if he's in love with you?
That's a
Yes,
good question. That's a
yes,
phenomenal question.
yes. Because most of
Wow,
most of
that's a
your
that's a good question.
yes, most of your you know not all of them, but most of your great relationships, um, usually end up being with your best friend. Side chick still gonna miss her man, regardless. Still gonna miss her
Yeah,
man.
but the thing about the best friend though, the best friend has the advantage of being able to fill in the holes that you're exposing to them that you're missing from your relationship.
Hmm.
Because the best friend, if they're your best friend, you're gonna confide in them, even if it's the same sex or not. You're gonna tell your boy like, man, everything's good, but XYZ. Or you're gonna tell your home girl everything's good, but XYZ. And then what if she gives you the XYZ? That's basically what we're talking about in a real simplistic form, because that person could have been getting all the information of what you need and how you need to be fulfilled and what you're not getting. So now the best friend turns into the side piece. And then now, how the fuck does that come to an end? How do you get out of that situation?
It's a lot of onions, my guy. There's a lot of layers to that onion that that can be very troublesome, right? And it really all comes down to that person that's on the outside, that's on the fringe, that is unknowingly, unwittingly the side piece in the whole situation. My female best friend is a man in my mind. I just can't. And see, for you mentally, because you are looking at the relationship from one perspective, and sometimes because we're so blindly in believing it to be that way, we may be totally ignorant to the feelings of that person who's filling in those holes for you, and not really paying attention to all the signs telling us that, hey, they are moving in a different level of friendship or a different level of care towards me than what I originally thought our friendship was based
So what you're saying is that his female best friend, that's a man in his,
on.
that's a man in his mind might be feeling different.
Yeah. So your idea of the relationship versus their idea of the relationship are two different things. That's why the side pieces are what they are. The side pieces are there and they stay there because they believe they're in a committed relationship with somebody
Mm.
who's not committed to them. Okay.
Wow.
The main thought process behind being a side piece and being there and being sectioned off is saying, oh, I'm okay with someone who's not being, who will give me some time and give me a little bit of what I need, but won't fully commit to me because they've already made commitments to somebody else. At the same time, you're allowing yourself to be with someone who truly, if they had the time, they wouldn't respect you the way that you want them to, just because they're already showing it by example. So the age old adage is, how you met them is how you're going to lose them. You know what I'm saying? If you were the side piece and you finally won, guess what? Somebody down the line may win, and you may not know until it's too late. So
That's
some
what it
people will
is.
take something over nothing. Some people take something over nothing. So I think it just takes yeah, I don't want to share my boo. It just takes a level of um, a level of not just a level of love for yourself to be unwilling to accept that for you and what you think what you are worth and how you want to be loved, for you not put yourself in that situation. But if that's your choice, that's your choice. you know I
Right.
do know that there was always a number that was always told in this area. For the DMV area, it's the ratio, men to women ratio in the DMV is 11 to 1. So it's 11 women to one man in the DMV. And so the the idea that you stayed in this one circle, like, all these people, when they grow up, they still talk to people from high school. I don't understand it, because there are so many different people in this universe that you have the opportunity to meet and so forth. Now, unless you've been blessed by the Heavenly Father, like I have been blessed, right, to meet my high school sweetheart and still be going 16 years strong till infinity, then you have a beyond opportunity to meet so many different people and make so many different partnerships, and actually be, what's up, show, and actually find somebody that's going to love you more than you love them.
hundred
You got to take
percent.
that time. you know
100%. And Erica says if you play side piece long enough, you're gonna catch serious feelings and then end up hurt when he get married in your ass. And that was my point, Erica. Like, when do you get out of that situation to where you don't get caught up? Because somebody's gonna get caught up eventually. It could be somebody in that main relationship or the person that's cheating. Erica McCoy,
yo
shit, I seen them still
yo
stay.
yo okay, story time. So I've seen where a side piece a side piece, their main piece had a destination wedding, and the side piece was flown out to stay in the same hotel on the wedding parties, and be there while the man slash woman's on the honeymoon. He'd split time on the honeymoon between his main chick and his side chick on the wedding weekend, bro. So
That's a real side chick right
that's
there, though.
man. So
That's
the
a side
commitment.
chick to a different level.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I appreciate you, man. You catching the rear end, but look. There's some out there that just, I mean, they bold to the core, but there's some out there that just play their position, um, whether it be detrimental to them or not. And just if you get anything out of this conversation tonight, just know that you are worth more
Hmm.
than what you think you are.
Mm.
Okay, and you deserve everything that you want out of life, and don't accept anything less from it. Don't allow anybody to give you half their time. If they really love you, they're gonna commit to you 110%.
Well, okay, K Dizzle, that's some beautiful shit right there. I like that. I like
So
that.
that's the truth of the matter. Look, um, they be living it up to this one. You know?
It's all
It's just too
good.
much.
It's all
It's too
good
much work.
to it's all good to the Uber driver ends up being a wife.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
we've
all of a
seen that.
sudden she turns around and puts the beats on you and you be on front World Star.
Beat the brakes off that ass. Hey, look, with Steve Harvey closing.
Yeah.
No, that ain't me. But look, yeah, tell them where they can find us, my guy.
Hey man, look, man, it's the all dressed up podcast at gmail.com. We on Facebook, we are on Instagram at the ADU podcast, and we're live each and every Sunday night on YouTube. Please send us topic ideas and any questions or concerns you got with this man at all dressed up podcast at gmail.com. But each and every day, all through the day, we are live on IG. Have streams is all over the place, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. So is K Dizzle DC. And if you want to hear us, just click on wherever you listen to a podcast. If you don't find us there, send us the location. We will pull up and we will check them
We
because we should
everywhere.
be live.
We everywhere. We everywhere. 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 And look, man, don't be a side piece. It's too much out here. Too much opportunity for you to
You
do
can
this.
be a side piece. Just be a side piece for the exit plan.
don't, don't get you don't get your ass beat over that lady that over that lady's husband. 110%, man. And on that note, man, we love y'all. We thank y'all. We could not do this without y'all. We out. We'll see y'all next. Will we be here next Sunday during Super Bowl?
We'll get a Super Bowl show for the game. We'll talk about
Yeah.
it. So we'll
Well,
post something and let y'all know.
we'll pull up. We'll pull up. All right. We love y'all. We out.
And and I know, and they know, cause we know, we go all in, and I know, they know, cause we know, we go all